Hi guys, Christina Sundari here, and welcome to my channel. At 31, I can confidently say that I've learned to love myself, and of course, loving yourself is something that you practice on a day-to-day basis. So I thought that I would break it down into 5 simple ways you can show love to yourself on an everyday basis. The first one is forgiveness. Always be kind to yourself, and we are our biggest fans and our worst critics. We are human beings. We are absolutely not perfect. When I was in college, my senior year, I drank, partied. I was finally single for the first time in 4 years, and I wanted to live my college life to the fullest. For years after that, I was really ashamed and embarrassed of my behavior. I held on to that, and it was a part of myself that I really did not like. And it was preventing me from really moving forward in my emotional growth. You are the person you are today because of your past. The past, present, and future are happening simultaneously. I truly believe that. So there is no such thing as a mistake. There is no such thing as a regret. You are exactly where you're meant to be. Accept the past for what it is, learn from it, and use it to be a better you. Second, always look forward, not side to side. If you are comparing your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20, you are already setting yourself up for disappointment. We all live different journeys. We are all on different paths, and we have to accept that your formula might not necessarily work for me, and my formula might not necessarily work for you. And that's okay. If you stay focused on your goals and your intentions, and you just keep moving forward, I guarantee you, you will be a lot happier. Third way you can show love to yourself is do what you love on an everyday basis. For me, it's my workouts. I love working out because whenever I sweat and I get a rush of endorphins, it's a moment for me to really go into myself, think about what I've got going for that day, check in with myself. Sometimes people will say, Christina, I don't have time. I just do not have time in my schedule. If it's important, you will make time for it. So schedule it. Put it in your Google Calendar. Put it in a calendar. Schedule 10 to 15 minutes for yourself every single day. Even if it's a walk, do something where you're able to check in with yourself and go, how am I doing today? Fourth thing you can do to love yourself every day. Avoid negative energy. This gets a little tricky because what if the person emitting negative energy is someone you cannot avoid? Like it's a boss, or it's a family member, or if it's a significant other. If it's a significant other, you probably shouldn't be dealing with it, but that's another video. Is there someone in your life that makes you feel bad about yourself? Or is this person someone that doesn't support your goals and your dreams? Cut that energy out of your life immediately. That's all I have to say about that. If you're not able to cut that person out of your life completely, then set up some clear-cut boundaries on what information you're going to be sharing with them and what you're not going to be sharing with them. I am so passionate about this one because once you've got good energy going for you, you want to keep that energy going because that's the energy that's going to get you to the next level in your life. It's the energy that is going to get you to really love yourself and love everything there is to love about your life. The second you give that power away to someone, you are going down a rabbit hole that you do not want to go down. That's when self-doubt starts to kick in. That's when jealousy starts to kick in. That's when all of those negative emotions, or negative energy is what I like to call it, start to come into play. So I minimize negative energy and negative people as often as I can. I get a lot of questions from the Indian community about setting boundaries with parents. How do you set boundaries with parents that are maybe not necessarily supportive of your career? Don't be afraid to withhold information. Lily Singh actually talks about this in her book, How to Be a Boss, is be very selective about who you choose to share your dreams with. If you share it with someone who is not going to be supportive, then of course you're going to be taking on some of that negative energy. If you share that information with people that are loving, people that are supportive, people that are always going to have your back no matter what, then that energy is going to give you the strength to keep moving forward and keep wanting to make those dreams a reality. You are on a level where you can make anything happen. So you want to protect that as often as you can. Finally, my last tip for loving yourself on an everyday basis, this is actually my favorite one. Be selfish to be selfless. The more you do you and do what makes you happy, you will want to give that energy away to as many people as possible because you know how amazing life is and you know how beautiful it is and how much of a gift it truly is that you want everyone to be able to see what you see. When I rode my 200th SoulCycle ride, the instructor Scott brought me the last candle, and I wanted to ask for something from the universe. So as I blew it out, I asked that everybody in that room walked away with a little bit of my positive energy. It made me so happy that that's what came to mind initially. Make yourself your number one priority. And I know that that's not always easy to do, especially with other obligations like family. It makes it very, very hard to make yourself a number one priority. A lot of my friends are moms now, and I see what they go through. It's really, really difficult balancing a job, your child, and then your husband. Sometimes if you've got family in the area, you've got to balance out your family. It's really, really hard to make yourself a number one priority. If you have 10 minutes where you can take a walk and just breathe in that good energy, do it. If hubby says take a girls' night, take him up on his offer. Take the girls' night. I know women that are so guilty of this, myself included, is we want to just get the job done, that we put our heads down and we just focus on getting shit done, that by the time we're done, we're like, oh my gosh, I didn't do anything for myself. And then we get ourselves into ruts, and then we get really depressed or upset. So to keep everything in balance, it is so important to do you. Loving myself was a journey, is a journey that I choose to take every single day, and it's a commitment that I make every single day. The great poet Oscar Wilde once said, "To love oneself is the start of a lifelong romance." Nobody loves me more than me. That's the way I like to look at it. Some people might call it selfish. Some people might call it vain. The more I take care of myself on a regular basis, the more I'm going to be able to actually go out into the world, help people, make a difference, and achieve my goals and aspirations. Do not ever forget how amazing you are. You are beautiful. You are enough. You are exactly where you're meant to be, and everything always works itself out in the end. I'm Christina Sundari, and I will see you on my next video.